Hi, my name is Melita Tate with Grassroots Healthcare, and joining us today on our show is Jamie Sivadan. She's an independent health coach with an independent consultant with Arbonne and a health coach in the Tulsa area. So we'd like to welcome you to our show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we'd like to welcome you to our show as well. Grassroots Healthcare is a small clinic. We're located at 91st and Sheridan, and so for those of you watching the first time today, we are a clinic made up of two providers, myself, Dr. Melita Tate. I'm an MD. I practice pediatrics and internal medicine, so I take care of grown-ups and little people. And we're a clinic that's interested in getting our patients off medication and into a more healthy lifestyle as best we can. I'm a regular MD, so I was schooled and trained how to use medications, but I'm starting to learn that a lot of times it's more our diet and exercise and things that are things that we have control of in our day-to-day life that make us better. So that's why we're having Jamie on the show today, and we're going to talk to you a lot about hormone health and about some dietary changes we can make to get our systems moving things through better. So again, our clinic's located at 91st and Sheridan, and we'd love to see you there. We don't take any insurance. Our office visits start at $59 for a simple sick visit, you know, we have lots of patients who do have insurance and who have high deductibles. A lot of patients who are more interested in us because we try to shy away from prescribing more of the traditional medications, and we stick more to balancing people's hormones, their energy, those kind of things, and their diet and exercise regimens here through our clinic. So we're all in this together, and we'd like to invite you to join us if you need to get a hold of us. Our office number is 918-878-7733, and we have a Facebook page, Grassroots Healthcare, and also our grassrootshealthcaretv.com website. You can watch any of our shows that we've done in the past, and you can replay this one today. So if anyone that you know is interested, or any of your loved ones who don't have insurance, they're welcome to come here. We take care of everything from poison ivy, well child visits, all the way up to more complicated things like fatigue and depression, anxiety, insomnia, and just the whole gamut. So that's what we're about today. And also joining us is my friend and publicity specialist, Eric. Say hello, Eric.
Good afternoon, and thank you for allowing me to hang out with you ladies today. I'm looking forward to this show. This is a very important show. I know a lot of people suffer from a lot of problems that hormones or imbalance of hormones can cause, so I'm looking forward to learning.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us. We'll probably ask you lots of questions too, okay?
Well, I'll be ready to give you the male perspective. That's all I can give you.
That's exactly why we want you on here. We want the male perspective. All right, so to get us started today, I want to draw your attention to the portion of the screen that's located, I believe it's right below us on the broadcast. So if you're watching this either at a later time or you're watching right now, you can chime in with any live comments or questions that you have. So it's time to ask the doctor. And if you want to post those, we'll try to answer those in real time. So if you have questions for me or for Eric or for Jamie, we'll be happy to try to address those periodically throughout the show. And if you have them later, you can either post them to our Facebook page, the Grassroots Healthcare Facebook page, or you can post them on here, and it'll trigger us to get back with you and try to address them either on next week's show. And we are putting together some different kinds of things for you guys to be able to get for free. So if you'd like, just chime in down there and ask us about it, and we'll try to get that out to you. All right? So getting started today, I know most of you guys have been really excited about seeing this program. We're talking a lot about hormones lately, I know, but that's one of the things that we're getting lots and lots of questions about. Patients want to know why they're not able to fall asleep at night, why they're having trouble with anxiety or irritability. For men, a lot of times they'll be more irritable. Women will be more likely to cry with hormonal imbalances or with depression. A lot of the things that we are seeing the physicians traditionally treat with antidepressants and with anti-anxiety medications, those problems can be solved or treated with something that we're missing from our body. So if it's a nutrient or a hormone, I'd much rather treat my patients with that than with a chemical. Nobody's deficient of Xanax. Nobody is deficient in Prozac, okay? But we can be deficient in progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, or things that help us fall asleep at night. Our tryptophan level, which is an amino acid, or those kind of things can be low. And they're low for specific reasons. We're not getting the nutritional value that we need from our foods. And so when those little pieces are missing from our ability to churn out our serotonin or our dopamine, then we get a backup or a buildup of certain chemicals that don't lead us to be able to fall asleep easy, or that don't lead us to have peace and calm. We get a buildup of some of the chemicals and a deficiency in others. And those things have to work together very carefully in very specific levels. Those levels rise with hormones during the day, the cortisol levels and the other things, then they fall again at night. Certain ones fall and certain ones go up to help us sleep. So all those things are messed up. That's why we're seeing so much anxiety and depression in people. So if that fits you, if you're having fatigue, if you're not able to fall asleep at night, your hormone levels, your nutritional levels may be off. So we're going to address that today. Specifically, there's ways that you can get your hormone levels tested and see. There's ways you can check your specific dopamine and serotonin levels. Coming into play with that is a lot of the chemicals that are in our foods, a lot of the pesticides that we're ingesting that are building up in our liver. Our liver is a very key organ for being able to detoxify our body, and so as our livers are getting congested, it's more difficult for our metabolism to run efficiently. We start either gaining weight or having problems with our digestion, those kind of things. And so we're going to today, along with telling you that you can come in, you can do saliva testing to see where your hormone levels are. If you're having trouble with depression, anxiety, sleep issues, obviously for women, heavy menstrual period. If you're having problems with irritability, if you're male and you're having trouble with your sleep, it could be a hormonal problem. And so there's ways for us to test that, either with your blood chemicals or with your saliva test. But along with that, we want to address the weight and the chemicals that are in our body that are that may be throwing those things off too. So, not the weight. Let me make a correction. The diet, our diet and our nutrition. So all those things play a role together, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, one of the first things we wanted to talk about was just kind of what you offer for those of us who are struggling with being able, with our busy schedules, to eat healthy, get foods in us that have the right nutritional component to help support our nervous system and our endocrine system to make the right hormones. So can you comment a little bit about?
Absolutely. I think the program that we offer is one of the best programs that we've seen out there. I've been doing this for 11 years. And I've actually been experienced with a lot of women, of over 700 women in our group all across the country.
Now wait, we have Eric on here. How about men?
And men,
okay,
absolutely. Good. I have a before and after picture that'll blow your mind away, Eric, I promise. I love that men and husbands and wives do this together. I love that children can use our products. I'm very excited about that because I have 2 children of my own, so this is a very generational thing. It can be a generational curse if you are out there eating foods and expecting our foods to be what only gives you what you need. We are just not that fortunate, and our foods have been very compromised over the last several decades. And so we look at foods you will eat on this plan all the time. You will never be hungry, but you're also going to be getting rid of cravings, and that's the key thing that I've seen. I've seen a lot of people come through our program and just crave sugar and crave carbohydrates and crave salty foods. And they're able to, even less than a week, be able to say, oh my gosh, my cravings are gone. I'm not hungry. I have more energy. We see a lot of inflammatory diseases in people. We see even a lot of just simple joint pain, arthritic symptoms that they shouldn't even really have at the age that they are, mainly because of the foods that they eat and because of the way that they eat. So in our plan, it's 30 days. It's called 30 Days to Healthy Living. So we do incorporate a lot of food, and we give you food guidelines because so many people out there just do not know what they ought to be eating. If they had a list, and it was a concrete list, and they were able to be guided, and they were able to be, so to speak, their hand held for 30 days, 21 days you create a new habit. So in 30 days, we're not only creating a new habit for these people, but we're also cementing them into a lifestyle. So after that, it's an 80-20 rule. You guys are not going to eat 100% perfect all the time. We don't expect that. That would be naive of us to expect that. But 80% of the time, try to do your best. 20% of the time, blow it. Do what you want to do. Enjoy life. But we want to get you to that 80-20 rule, and how we do that is in 30 days of hand-holding, locking arms with you, working together, and we give you a concrete plan of what to do every single day and throughout the day. I think that that's the key. When I was introduced to this program, a lot of men and women, when I would ask them what their diet would consist of in the morning, they would go straight to coffee, which is very acidic. They would...
Can we still have coffee?
On 30 days? No.
30
After 30 days,
no coffee?
yes, you may. But I will promise you, your taste buds will change so drastically that you won't even want the coffee. The coffee will taste very bitter. And if you are reading, and I love that you're addressing the health issues, because when a disease lives in a body, whether it be depression, inflammatory, diabetes, anything, the disease can't live in an alkaline state. An alkaline state is completely neutral of any disease. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is we really help you get to an alkaline state with food and with the products.
So let me go back over alkaline state. I know that we've talked about this before. So for those people who have watched this show before and have seen our show on alkalinity, let me just give you the basics of that. This is really important for you to get. When we eat meat, dairy, a lot of meat, a lot of dairy, a lot of sugar, those things are metabolized to more of an acid in our body. And so our body has to leach out important nutrients and minerals to mix with that stuff to not burn our cells and our kidneys. So we lose a lot of good nutrients that way, because we have to neutralize that before it goes out our kidneys and we eliminate it from our body, kidneys and through the intestines. So if we're eating more fruits and vegetables, and we're not ingesting any kind of bad stuff like toxins and sugars and things like that, then our food is more the opposite of acidic, more basic, or as Jamie used the word, alkaline. The cancer specialists tell us cancer and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline state. So so they tell their patients, eat all these nutrients that make your body more alkaline. There's a simple way to test the alkalinity of your urine. The first thing in the morning, you can go to the pool chemical section at Walmart and get a little test strip to see how alkaline your urine is or how acidic it is, and that will help you know what kind of a state that you're in. And we have more about that here at the clinic if you're interested in learning about it. But what she's saying has been scientifically proven. It's being researched and utilized in the Cancer Treatment of America programs. So she's giving us a way for 30 days to make our bodies alkaline. We can see at the end of 30 days how we feel. We can measure your hormones before, we can measure your hormones after. You can pay attention to how you feel and see if you notice a difference, either hormonally or if you're having trouble with insomnia. This is an easy way and an inexpensive way that we're going to show you that you can get your body more alkaline, and we can see disease processes begin to reverse themselves. Because when you're alkaline, then you can leach out some of the more toxic things in your body that are acidic, combine them with the alkaline state, and let your body eliminate them. So you can start to heal from a lot of different diseases, inflammatory processes, when we do these kind of things. So rather than put another drug on your list of drugs, I'm trying to give you some tools to eliminate problems with cravings and spikes in your blood sugar. All this relates to your insulin levels and all your hormone levels as well.
And even if you're not at that stage yet where you are having to take a pill for a diagnosis, or you've not been diagnosed with a disease per se, I will tell you some of the symptoms that this program and Getting Alkaline will help you with. Eating clean and eating a variety of food is huge for us, because we want our palates to be satisfied. So that's what we help you with. Because if you're bored, your body's bored. Your cells are bored, and you're not going to enjoy anything. So we make for sure that you're enjoying this. Or foods that are sabotaging your health. Some of the things that you just talked about, that are very acidic foods. Even if you're not that person that's been diagnosed with a disease, then you need to be alkaline, and we can go into all that science part of it. Your body will show you a symptom. You'll have a heavier gut. You'll have joint pain. Your skin will show that it's compromised. Your hair might not be as lustrous as it used to be. Your eyes might be a little bit yellow or a tinge, or it might be a little sallow. Your skin might be a little, not as bright and vibrant as it used to be. You might have puffy feet at the end of the day. And we always think that's water, and that sometimes is, but sometimes that's also being more acidic. You might have even your energy level by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. you're really dragging. You need something in the afternoon. And that's where we see a lot of people reach for pop, soda, whatever you want to call it, or they go to coffee. So we also help with your nutritional intake. You know, there's a saying, you are what you eat. It's actually you are what you absorb. Your body is made to absorb the nutrients, but like you were saying, if it's being blocked and it's working overtime and having to alkalize itself so it can just get through the day, then you're not even really absorbing the lettuce and the salmon and all the good things of protein that you're eating. So we want to make for sure that your body's absorbing those. We also help you get rid of toxins. We've mentioned the heavy belly. It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what sex you are. If you have a heavy belly, meaning in the little gut area, and you might feel like it's not as flat as you would like for it to be, or it jiggles when you walk, you might want to be getting rid of toxins. Your body is like a bathtub, and this is what I tell ladies and gentlemen. When you fill up a bathtub and you keep the water running, if the plug is open, what does the bathtub do? Does it overflow? No, it just gradually fills up a little bit, but your body naturally will get rid of its own toxins. But when your body is ingesting and taking in too many toxins at a faster rate than what you're getting rid of them, that's when you see the overflow. So like the bathtub is filling up and the plug is plugged, and that's when the water overflows. That's when the toxins overflow into your health, and you start to see some of these symptoms. And maybe you're not to that disease state yet, which is, I hope you're not, but we can also alleviate you ever getting there to ever needing a medication, like you were saying. So you can reverse, but you can also prevent. So this is a both preventative and also reversing. We've seen people come off of medications with their doctor's approval. We've actually seen them be able to, their lifestyle change has been so drastically in just a mere 30 to 60 days that they've been able to see lifestyle changes.
So I'm thinking blood pressure medications.
Absolutely.
You've seen people
cholesterol,
medications.
antidepressants.
How about diabetic medications?
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially with the food-induced diabetes. It's been huge.
So I've got a question I want to ask.
Yes.
When you were talking about being alkaline and so forth, I heard you talk a lot about food and so forth. How important is water or alkaline water as it relates to getting the body alkaline?
That's a very good question. And from my perspective, and I want you to address anything that you can think of with this too, you can absorb alkaline substances better whenever your gut is not inflamed. So if you're taking in a lot of sugar or a lot of things that are irritating to our gut, a lot of the GMO we're finding are definitely irritating they're feeding some of the GMO products to the animals that we're purchasing, and so those animals have a lot of stomach inflammation and things. So we know that there's inflammation caused in the gut, not just by sugar, but some of the modified foods as well, and those things will make our gut more inflamed. So the ability to absorb the alkaline is very important, and so getting rid of some of the other things that are toxic. If you're just drinking alkaline water, you may or may not notice a difference in your own alkalinity. If you do notice a difference, you're obviously absorbing it well. If you don't, it's possible that there's other things that need to be eliminated before you can see that you're absorbing that alkaline water. I have only good things to say about alkaline water. I think it's good to try to get as much of our alkalinity as we can in foods, and the reason I think that is because a lot of the foods that we're not eating, they have a lot of fiber and things like that in them that we also need, and we're going to address that briefly. But so the alkaline water is good, but I don't think it's the only solution. So being able to present mainly alkaline foods too. Although there's no problem with taking alkaline water, it may or may not be quite enough to get our bodies alkalinized. So yes, if you're not going to do anything else, I would say drinking alkaline water is going to be a good thing to do. But what we want to make sure is that we're absorbing what we're taking in. So we want to be able. I'm a doctor and a scientist, okay? So I'm going to want to be able to test people and see that there's a difference. And I think when people get that feedback of, hey, I can see that my body's becoming more alkaline, that I'm getting more healthy, that's good. The other thing that's good about this program, if you're looking at alkalinity as one of the things, is that you can see on a daily basis your health. And when you're doing that, you're focused more on health than on an outcome, a scale measurement, a weight, a dress size, or a or a pant size, a waistband size, whatever. You're starting to, and that makes it easier every day to choose to do it because you're focused more on health, and you're not like depressed because the scale went up because you held onto some water weight. You're like, I'm making changes that are making me healthy. It's going to help me live longer. So I don't know. Does that seem to answer your question? Is that what you were asking, Eric?
No, that's great info. And I wasn't meaning water versus food. I was just simply
Yeah.
meaning how important is it to at least look at water, because a lot of people drink bottled water. From tests that I've done, a lot of bottled water is acidic. And so if you're suggesting, I'm just curious,
Yeah.
do you want to complement that? That's what I
Absolutely.
was
Yeah, that'd
meaning.
be a great thing to complement this. The
Well, because
Kangen
and
water.
it doesn't make any sense to eat alkaline-based fruits and vegetables and meat and then counteract it with acidic water.
Now,
So yeah, I mean they go hand in hand.
I do want to say, though, you can't just test a food and see that it's acidic, and it matters how that food is going to be metabolized in your body and broken down. So I don't know the answer to that about bottled water, but I do know if you tested a lemon, it's going to be acidic. But when it goes through your system and is ingested, it becomes an alkaline burned food in your body. So it takes your body to a more alkaline state. So the testing would need to be done on the outcome of the body after drinking the water. But so just because it's acidic doesn't mean that it is. But a lot of the bottled water may not be healthy for us. Just about everything is that's packaged. We're finding that it has some sort of toxins in it.
Absolutely. Our program really, what it helps is it supports you to have daily success. It gives you meal recipes. It gives you a meal plan. It gives you a grocery list. But it also gives you things that you need to get you through the day. And there are a lot of people out there right now that are doing the meal supplements or meal replacements because of convenience. I see a lot of people that will not eat breakfast. Like I was saying earlier, they get up, they drink their coffee, they might eat a piece of toast, may not. They might go through a drive-through, may not. They'll wait until lunch to eat, and that is just no good. No bueno. We can't do that. We have to eat food. We have to eat food. So This is where these pieces come in. Is this okay? We're going to talk about this? Okay. So I know a lot of people are already on probably a protein supplement, a protein shake. This is our protein shake that we represent. This comes in chocolate or vanilla. We do not use artificial colors or flavors because those are considered toxins. That's going to slow down the absorption capacity, and plus it's a toxin. So remember the bathtub. We also we use pea protein and cranberry protein, and yes, cranberry protein. There is protein in cranberry.
PEA protein.
PEA, yep. And then we also use rice bran. So this is a completely gluten-free product. It's also certified vegan, which is certified from Vegan Academy in Scotland. That's the oldest vegan certification that you can get. And so we're excited about that. We also are GMO-free. So we always have been, always will be. And I love that we use stevia, so it's a natural sugar, and we don't put a lot of artificial, the sugars that you'll see in a lot of products that are in the marketplace. Your body will absorb more proteins naturally when there's less or no preservatives, and so we do not use preservatives in our products. So that's why we do this. You can make protein bars out of this. You can make pancakes out of it. You can make crepes out of it. We give you recipes of those protein bars that you guys are all buying at the grocery store for energy and all that. Nix that, because that stuff can sit on the shelf for 2 years. You do not want that. So we can help you make them with this protein. We also have something for energy. So you were asking about coffee a while ago. So on your 28 days, we're going to give you something else for energy. And this also has an enzyme in it to help break down your food. This helps boost your metabolism, but it doesn't give you the energy from a false, stimulant, so you're not like jittery and kind of shaky and all that. This is a great product. You mix it with water, and you drink it once or twice a day. So this is going to give you vitamins and minerals as well.
I personally love this stuff. It's got vitamin B12, vitamin B6 in it. It's got niacin, chromium, which chromium has been supported by the WebMD for helping to stabilize blood sugar. So when your blood sugars are stable, you're going to have a lot less cravings. We use it in all of our diabetic patients. We put every one of them on some chromium. And then it's got some electrolytes, and hopefully those things are better. It's got riboflavin in it too. I just like the way it tastes. It's kind of like the Alka-Seltzer fizzy stuff for your water. So if you're missing out on pop or something, or if you're one of those patients who don't like to drink, one of my patients who doesn't like to drink water, I hear that frequently. This stuff's really good. I gave it to my 19-year-old who's kind of picky about, he likes to put the Mio in his stuff or whatever. He just won't drink water, and he drank it the other night, and he liked it a lot.
It also helps with focus. It helps with attention. So we'll see a lot of people give this to their children, which I do as well. So it helps them in case you're that person by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're feeling tired or you're not able to focus. and you're kind of scattered, or you're forgetting things in a room, and you're like, I walked into this room to get something, I can't remember what it is. You know, you're having a lot of that for memory issues. This helps with that too.
Yeah,
so we've got
great
speaking of balancing blood sugars, I think that that's key, because I think a lot of people, when they go on an eating plan, that is huge, because if your blood sugar dips, then that's when the cravings hit, and that's when the tiredness comes into play, and that's when you'll just eat anything. You'll just grab anything just to feel better. I love that our program actually has been proven, and we do have a Mayo Clinic link to our program, because they've actually done studies for the last 4 or 5 years on our program, and I'm very excited about that. So it does actually stabilize your blood sugar level, where you're not going to be hitting the spikes and the dips. When you hit spikes and dips in a eating plan, that's when you're in trouble. That's when you know your body's trying to adjust, and your body's telling you something like, this is not good for me. So we want to do that. And then we also have a pre and a probiotic. This helps with your digestion. If you feel like you're eating and the food is sitting in your chest, if you feel like your upset stomach after you eat, if you feel like you're starting just to kind of get a little sick, you know, itchy-eyed, I don't feel good, I'm tired, I'm run down.
Or like you need to take a nap. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is a one stick a day is all. You can mix it in your shake. You can put it in anything, or you can just sprinkle it on your tongue and eat it, whatever.
So these are bacteria that are normally supposed to be in our gut that a lot of us are deficient in because we've taken too many antibiotics. And so we'll get an imbalance in the bacteria in our gut. And they're actually making a whole new organ system based on the flora of the human body, making it, I think they said, the 10th organ system or something. And they're starting to study that because it has such a big role in disease process. And so keeping a good probiotic on board, and all probiotics are not the same. You can go get one off of a shelf, and it's possible that when you ingest it, if it's not made to survive the acidity of your stomach, then it's not going to do one bit of good.
Absolutely.
So you want to get a probiotic that has been that can do what it claims it does, which is survive to get into your intestines, and then from that point on be able to help reestablish the good bacteria there.
And we talked earlier about acidic and alkaline. There are a lot of people that are out at the grocery store right now buying probiotics that are packaged in a dairy form, like yogurt or whatever, cheeses. That, just so you guys know, just tip, you're wasting your money on those products, because the probiotic, it never survives the culture of a dairy product. So,
and then the prebiotic that's in there has some fiber in it, which has been shown to help with the probiotic survivability in the gut. And so a lot of us aren't getting enough fiber, and that's one way. Now, could you go out to the grocery store and do all this on your own without Jamie's product? Absolutely. You probably could. Maybe not just a regular old grocery store, but you know, someplace where they sell chemical-free and dye-free stuff. Yes, this is just to make it easier on, this is a product that's been tried and true, tested, and to make it easier on us to follow for 30 days so we can see the difference. It's not something that we're trying to say that you have to have it, but our food, like she was saying earlier, our food sources right now are so compromised that it's really difficult to get out there and get foods that aren't processed and things like that for the regular working mom or the busy businessman who's wanting to help with the anxiety, maybe the irritability, or wanting to lose weight, but the weight's not coming off, or they're starting to see their blood pressure creep up because of their stress levels. And the stress level plays a huge role, as our emotional component. Stress level plays a huge role in our cortisol, which is our hormones, one of our hormones, and that's going to cause increased belly fat, because it has this, and then in turn the belly fat causes our insulin levels, which is another hormone, to go up. So all of our hormones, our neuroendocrine system, are being messed with by this whole process of how stressed of a lifestyle we have, and it's also being irritated by our gut not being able to absorb the nutrients that we need. And so that's why whenever I bring these tools to you guys, it's for you to try to do something different, to avoid having to be on the pharmaceuticals that are just in the end, in the long run, going to wind us up on more and more pharmaceuticals and a longer list of drugs at the end of the day.
Not a lot of people realize that 70 to 80% of your health is in your gut. I mean, they don't get it. And I want you guys to, if you walk away from anything from this, to understand that today, that 70 to 80% of your health, the longevity, the quality of life that you have in your health, in your body, is in your gut. And so it's important what we're putting in there. You guys, I know that you're out there and you're already spending money anyway. This is a guaranteed program with us. It's 45-day guarantee, money back guarantee, no questions asked. You get your money back if you're not completely satisfied with it. I will also tell you this. I want to challenge you on what you're spending $7.34 a day on already. I know that a lot of you are already going to Starbucks. I know that you're going and getting your healthy green teas, and I know that you're getting your healthy coffees with soy and all that good stuff. But I want to challenge you with that, because $7.34 a day for 30 days with this program, it will change your life. It's guaranteed, so you can't lose.
So to put our money where our mouth is, we want to put our patients and our staff. We have one of our staff members that's volunteered to do a 30-day trial, Amy, our nurse at the front. She's the one that takes all your blood pressure, puts you in a room, very sweet, draws your blood. She's willing to do this for 30 days. So Grassroots is going to sponsor Amy for 30 days to try it and see how she does. And if any of my patients are interested, then we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to sponsor you. So we may do some sort of a drawing or something to see if one of the patients might be willing, if they're willing to let us post some of their data and discuss it and be open about it. Then if you're willing to do that, please contact me somehow within the next 2 weeks, and we will be glad to put you on the program too. So we'd like to sponsor one patient, and we have one staff member that wants to do it, and I'd like to see how it works out for people. So. That's awesome. Yeah, so we're so committed to people's health and to getting people off of the nutritional or the nutritionally depleted foods, the sugars, things like that, that we want to sponsor some people, show what this is doing, so that you guys can be the judge. If this is something that you think is going to help you with your inability to sleep at night and that kind of thing, then we want to put you on it.
I like to just chime in real quick when you were talking, Jamie, about the how much money people are spending already daily. Oftentimes, a comparison is drawn on what we're spending daily, per se, and when they look at a nutritional product. But I think what people often overlook is the long-term effects of when they have to come in and see a doctor like Dr. Tate down the road, when they didn't take the opportunity to really help themselves today. And then if you just so happen to land in a cancer treatment center, or you're dealing with the disease down the road, this could be a great investment. So that you can keep that money later on, and you're spending that money on vacations and things that are wonderful, not things that you're trying to regain your health.
Right. And the levels of patients who are surviving cancers are improving, but the number of patients that are getting it and going through that process, and that takes a toll on you and your family members. So, but we are going to put on some seminars coming up. I don't think we've set the dates.
Haven't set the dates yet, but we're excited about that.
Yeah, I'll take some pictures of some of the flyers that Jamie's brought. We're going to put them up so that we can have some lectures either after hours on our after hours here at Grassroots Healthcare for those of you who are interested. If you have an emergency, or if you just have an urgent need to see me, you can check in anywhere from 4 to 6 here at the clinic to be seen. We charge an extra fee for the after hours, because we don't want the whole Grassroots Healthcare population showing up after hours. I'd like you to show up while I have most of my staff here. But if you have an emergency or an urgent need, you can be seen till 6. So we may some nights coming up over the next several weeks, we're going to have a couple of different times where you can come in and meet Jamie, talk to her specifically. We may do one now, and then maybe one after Amy, and whichever patient wins that spot with Jamie can come too, so that they can talk about what their results have been, and so you guys can kind of see how that goes. So if you're interested, please follow our health Grassroots Healthcare web page, Facebook page, and Jamie is going to be on there off and on over the next couple weeks, so you can see what's going on with her and with our staff, and we'll follow that and see how it pans out. So Eric, any of this seem interesting from a male perspective?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's when you talk about weight loss, you talk about energy. Men we're looking for that edge also.
Yeah. So you guys watch your pant size, right? And you watch you're looking for more energy and how to eat healthier while you're at your work day, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, and not only we're looking for energy to last throughout the day, then once we get home, we want to make sure we can make it throughout the night. So.
That's right.
Right. Not crash and burn.
That's right. So the role that this plays on your hormones is interesting. It helps with developing your muscle mass. You know, if your testosterone levels are stabilized and your insulin is stabilized, that kind of thing. So those kind of things all help with your hormone levels. So guys, I know are interested in that. And what else are guys interested in from this perspective?
Well, really, I mean, something you said earlier, and that's the clarity, mental clarity. That's important, especially men that have high stress jobs and so forth. You want to have that edge at work. You want to have the edge everywhere you are. We're naturally competitive. So whether it's work or play, or at home with the significant other, it's all still very important. So.
Right. And so we're seeing a lot of people complain about memory loss just in their general day-to-day. We're not talking dementia or anything like that. We're just talking about all of us are having so many things we have to keep track of, and so we get a little, foggy on details here and there, and we can't be having that or that afternoon crash whenever we're supposed to be doing a presentation, or you have to be, talking to a client about details and keeping all that straight. So.
Or when you have your phone right here and you go, "Where's my phone?"
Yeah,
so we all have that.
Or looking for the glasses that are, up here. So.
Exactly, looking for the glasses. Where's my glasses?
Just like that. He's waiting.
So what?
All right. Yeah, I was just laughing because you had your glasses on the top of your head and you were looking at them. All right, so any questions? I haven't checked here. Let me look over here to the right and see if any of the patients had any questions. No, not yet. I do want to follow up before we go, just in the last few seconds that we have. Is there anything else that you didn't get to talk about that you wanted to bring up that we can put on our web page or something different?
I want to show this real quick while you're on there.
Okay.
Show that.
Oh, this is the before and after.
4 months. I mean, she was committed to 4 months. And I think a lot of people believe
So from January to May.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people believe that they can just exercise. Exercise is important. You have to have it. It's cardiovascular. I mean, it's very important. But you can't out-exercise a bad diet. And there's just not enough time in the day. There's not enough ways that your body can absorb the running or jogging or whatever. So you can't out-exercise a bad diet. So putting the two together, even in moderation, is key. And then also learning how to eat the piece. We want to make for sure that we give you 3 simple steps. You may or may not be able to see that, but we'll have all that posted. But this is what we educate, and this is about educating. This is not about you just buying a product, putting it in your cart, going home, and hoping that it works. This is about educating you. This is about teaching you. This is about holding your hand, locking arms with you, and sharing in your health journey. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for having me.
We're glad to have you. Glad to. And I just want to say again, I'm not committed to one specific product. I know several of you guys out there have products that you're excited about. Please let me know. Anything I can get into my patients' hands so that they can start to take control of their health is of utmost importance to me. So I know we have people that help us with detoxes and cleanses and different products that work similar to what Jamie has, and not all of them are the same. Some are better at one thing and some are better at the other. So I'm open to hearing any ideas that you guys have, and even criticisms. We're open to hearing that. So please just get us your questions so that we can get things out there and discuss them, and hopefully we'll be able to give you some results coming up here in the next couple of weeks on how Amy's doing. Yeah,
we will.
And so anyway, very excited to have you on the show, and we'll be posting some more things from Jamie on our Facebook page if you guys are interested, and when she'll be here available for you guys to drop by the clinic and come talk to her. So and so if you're interested in getting your hormones checked and would like to see what we can do about helping you with your diet to get your hormones cleaned up or supplementing your hormones, please give us a call, 918-878-7733, Grassroots Healthcare. We're open from 8:30 till we take our last patient at 4. After hours is open from 4 to 6 every day during the week, and then we're open. You can check in by noon on the Saturdays if you want to be seen urgently, and we'd be glad to see you here. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks.